Good morning and greetings from Northumberland on the 26th of June, the second Sunday after Trinity. And today, one of the readings that we're set is from Galatians chapter 5. And in that letter at verse 16, Paul says this: "Live by the Spirit, I say, and do not gratify the flesh." And Paul makes this contrast between the flesh and the spirit. When he's talking about the Spirit, he talks about the fruit of the Spirit. This is a very important passage. It's love, joy, peace, patience, gentleness, generosity, faithfulness, and self-control. Gentleness too. There is no law against these things. And when he speaks of the flesh, he talks about fornication, impurity, licentiousness, idolatry, sorcery, enmity, strife, jealousy, anger, quarrels, dissension, and factions, envy, drunkenness, carousing, and these things. And it seems that to me that Paul makes a contrast between those things which are turned in and are about self-gratification and about the importance of ourselves, and those things which are living for others and living for God. And he calls us to live in God's way and for God and for others. And it's a powerful, powerful message about Christianity and about what we are called to do. Paul is saying that if we follow Christ, the man who lived and died for others, then our life must be focused not in on ourselves, but on Christ, on following him, on walking with him, on sharing his life and sharing the fruits of that life with Christ in our relationship with others. The things that he calls the ways of the flesh are about our own gratification. And we have to look in the world, in ourselves, in our laws, in our customs, and see which way we are following. And if we are following the way of Christ, then we must be those who live for others, who care for others, who are open to others, and are above all open to our lives being transformed by Christ. Because the things that Paul calls the ways of the flesh are things that we're all subject to. We're all subject to the fantasies of our own self-satisfaction, whether we are ourselves or we see it in others. But Paul calls us, and Christ calls us, to be Christ-like, to show those fruits of the Holy Spirit in our lives, and to live our lives in the way of Christ and in serving others. A prayer for today. Lord, you have taught us that all our doings without love are nothing worth. Send your Holy Spirit and pour into our hearts that most excellent gift of love, the true bond of peace and of all virtues, without which whoever lives is counted dead before you. Grant this for your only Son, Jesus Christ's sake, who is alive and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, God, now and to the ages of ages. May God bless us and help us to bring forth the fruits of the Spirit in our lives. God bless us all.